Patients and families are Stoughton Hospital's #1 priority. To provide trusted health information to our patients and community, we present Stoughton Hospital Health Talk with Melanie Cole.
Your eyes are such an important part of your health and the window to the world. There are so many things you can do to keep them healthy. My guest today is Dr. Ann Kilby. She's an ophthalmologist with Stoughton Hospital. Welcome to the show, Dr. Kilby. So let's talk about some basic eye health. Do women have a higher risk of having poor vision or eye problems than men? Tell us a little bit about that.
I think both men and women can have changes with their eye health just with age. Some things, especially inflammatory problems, can affect women more frequently than men. But typically the things that we see, a lot of glaucoma, macular degeneration, cataracts, those usually affect men and women about the same frequency.
So what happens to our eyes as we age?
As we age, usually the first thing people start to notice is they might need reading glasses, or their arms are not long enough to hold the reading material to see it. So they come to us, talk to us or our optometrists about the need for reading glasses. The lens hardens with time, becomes less pliable, so it makes it more difficult for you to focus up close. So that's usually the first thing. Second thing that can happen is the cataracts start developing, which is just a clouding of the lens in the eyes. And it can happen in as early as people in their 30s or 40s. It depends on their other medical health. And then just to have good screenings on eye health, because a lot of things can happen that you don't necessarily know is a problem until we see it and keep watch on it.
How often do you recommend people have their eyes checked?
Usually about, if you're noticing any problems, I would definitely have your eyes checked. Having problems seeing, problems with, glare or headlights or driving. After probably age, you should have an eye exam as a child to make sure everything looks okay. And then around age 40, and then usually we recommend seeing you about every 2 years, unless there's a family history. If there's a family history of macular degeneration or glaucoma, usually we want to take a look about every year so we can jump on top of things and catch them early.
Tell us about that eye exam and the dilation. People get a little concerned about that. They think they're not going to be able to see for the rest of the day. Just tell us a little bit about that eye exam.
Sure. The eye exam, you come in and usually we have a technician who checks your vision and checks your eye pressure. None of the parts of the eye exam should hurt, so that should be reassuring. We check how your eyes move. We check your peripheral vision, and then we look with one of our microscopes to see if there's any changes in the front of the eye, on the cornea, or in the lens, any cataracts. We usually do dilate your eyes during the first visit especially. That allows us to see into the retina, see the health of the retina, the health of the optic nerve, the health of the periphery of the retina. All of that is important. The dilation we put in your eyes usually lasts about 4 to 6 hours, and some people will have difficulties mostly with near vision. Distance vision should be okay, but if you're concerned at all, definitely bring someone with you to help, to have them drive you home. But usually it's not something that should last beyond that day.
So you mentioned before other medical conditions. How does our general health affect our eye health, and vice versa? How does our eye health affect our other general health?
The general health of someone, different medical problems like high blood pressure or diabetes in particular can show up in the eye, and sometimes that is how it's first diagnosed, is we dilate your eyes and we can see changes in the blood vessels in the back of the eyes that indicate that something is not right, and can get you to your primary doctor so they can run some tests to make sure everything is okay. the interesting thing about the eye is that it's the one place where we can see the blood vessels directly. So we can look at a blood vessel and see if it looks unusual, if there's a plaque or something in it that could be indicative that you have a blockage somewhere else in your body, and we can help try and actually prevent strokes or heart attacks by seeing something going on in your eye first.
That's pretty cool. So people hear those numbers. They hear 20/20 vision. What do those numbers mean, Dr. Kilby?
The 20/20 vision, that's something when we check your vision, we're generally using an exam room that is about 20 feet long. So the 20/20 vision is considered perfect or normal vision, and that is what someone who can see from that 20 feet distance, how well they can see. Now, if someone sees 20/40, that would mean that 20/20 person could go back another 20 feet and see that line. So this person needs to be closer to be able to see that. So usually 20/20 is considered perfect vision. Some people even have 20/15 or 20/10 vision, which is excellent. And then as different medical problems can develop, the vision can decrease. 20/30, 20/40, those are worsening vision.
And people don't often think, we hear a lot about sun protection and sunscreen, but our eyes are susceptible to problems from the sun as well, too. Isn't that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Mm-hmm.
So what would you like us to do for our eyes to protect them in the sun?
I recommend always wearing sunglasses when going outdoors, good ultraviolet protection, wearing hats, something to keep the ultraviolet damage to the eyes minimal. It can speed up cataracts, ultraviolet light, as well as there's evidence of worsening of macular degeneration. So it is very important to wear eye protection when you go outdoors.
They used to tell us, Dr. Kilby, to get a lot of vitamin A and eat carrots and such because they were good for your eyes. Is there any relationship between what we eat, nutrition, and our eye health?
There is. The health of the eyes, just like the rest of the body, the retina and the optic nerve and everything to function properly needs all the nutrients. And vitamin A is one of the nutrients that it does need. And specifically in macular degeneration, we have vitamins, supplementation that can help decrease the risk of worsening of macular degeneration.
So, for an example, if somebody says, Dr. Kilby, what should I be eating to help prevent macular degeneration or slow it down or just to keep good eyes, what do you tell them?
The best thing is to get the nutrients from your food if you can. Eating green leafy vegetables, broccoli, kale, spinach, and eating fish, oily types of fish, salmon, tuna. Those are the best thing if you can get them. About 2 times a week for the fish, and then the green vegetables as often as you can, provided you're not on another medication that might affect your bleeding time.
Now, to help with our eyes, are there some behavior modifications that you would like to tell people that they should do to keep those healthy eyes?
Probably one of the most important things is to not smoke. There are so many medical problems that have been correlated with smoking, or the smoking makes it worse. And with the eyes, that is the same thing. It can worsen cataracts, and more seriously, it can worsen macular degeneration. And there is a direct link between smoking and macular degeneration.
Dr. Kilby, we're all at computers these days, looking down at our phones and looking at computers all day. Are you seeing a difference in your practice with people as their eyes age because of the computers and the proximity of looking at screens all day?
Yes, I have seen a lot of people that's what they do now. They're on the computer, they're on their phone, they're doing a lot of communication that way. And first, to have glasses that help you do that. Some people have computer glasses, which are a great thing that help you look at the computer distance as well as look down and allow you to read. The other thing that we see is a lot of eye fatigue after using computers and screens. So we try and have you, take a break about every 20 minutes, take a break, look in the distance, maybe get up, move around a little bit. The other thing that we see a lot of is dry eyes, and that can be associated with more focusing on near tasks because people tend to blink less when they're doing those tasks. So using artificial tears can be very helpful.
So in just the last few minutes, Dr. Kilby, and it's such great information, give your best advice for keeping those healthy eyes. What do you tell people every single day that you would like us to know about seeing beautiful things from our eyes and keeping these precious things healthy?
I tell people to maintain a healthy, active lifestyle. That is something that will help protect your eyes, help protect your body from things, and wearing sun protection when you're outdoors, wearing safety glasses when you're doing any type of working that might involve having something hit the eye. All of those things are very important.
Thank you so much for being with us today. You're listening to Stoughton Hospital Health Talk, and for more information, you can go to stoughtonhospital.com. That's stoughtonhospital.com. This is Melanie Cole. Thanks so much for listening.